Principal of High School 3 Bangkaraya, the Honorable Teacher, our expected judges, ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon to all of you. Today, I'm Tiara going to speaking about the use of social media. Ladies and gentlemen, social media is a fantastic way to get people to express themselves. Whether it's via Facebook tattoos, writing on walls, Twitter updates, photos you share, these are all extensions of you and your personality. They have portrayed your interests, your views, and help show people who you are. They offer a platform for you to be yourself, to be creative, to be who you want to be, and most importantly, have an audience for all of this. Unlike in the real world, where social etiquette and manners can sometimes seem restrictive and limiting, people feel they have a greater sense of freedom, of expression, and of speech when using online networks. Of course, content is monitored and can be removed. But with millions of users on sites such as Facebook and Twitter, even YouTube, not every single tattoos, photos, or comment can be watched, evaluated, and completely controlled. This has arguably led to a rise in expressions, feelings, and ideas from people who may otherwise find it hard to protect themselves how they would like in person or face-to-face with others. Ladies and gentlemen, essentially, social media has changed the way we are able to communicate and behave, not only in groups or socially, but with each other. So, what are the possible consequences of this newfound, or at least a newly perceived freedom of expression? First, some people will find it difficult to interact with others in person. The internet gives them a great way of communicating and not having to feel self-conscious or nervous. Everyone has the right to say what they think and feel, and so this is a good for those less confident to make their stand. It improves a level playing field if you like. When someone feels happy and comfortable, they can express themselves more eloquently and possibly even get themselves a wide audience which they may otherwise have found difficult to achieve. Why stand in front of hundreds of people and talk if you find it hard, when you can sit at home behind a screen and write about your topics and still get the audience? Second, when it's personal or business, such as marketing, you can get your news and views out there. Arguably, it is just as or even more effective than a conference room. The power of the retweet or like button should not be schooled at. This means that the story or review of a short individual can reach a larger audience than might if they respond or report, if you're making this type of media particularly effective. Our expected teachers, judges, and my dear friends, unfortunately, this level of freedom does have drawbacks. What are they? First of all, people with more fundamental or perhaps more emotional values can cause fears and discomfort. Now, people have the right to believe in what they want, but when they express these more extreme views or attack other people, sexism, racism, for example, that offense can be taken and problems begin. For example, the man behind the recent attack in Norway who stood up to send out his views on the world before he carried out the attacks. Maybe more regulation is needed to help polish more extreme views. Second of all, on the personal aspect, social media can be used for internet bullying and victimism. It gives people the opportunity to upset and use it 24/7. Online bullying is a serious problem that should not be overlooked or dismissed. The victim of bullying at school, for example, like to go home and say, more safe to their computer to be faced with more adverse harmful words. Dear ladies and gentlemen, social media is a gift. It can be used to make or break a business. It can also make or break a person. The truth is, the moral problems about freedom and expression in real life can now be applied to the virtual world. Whether we like it or not, or even agree with it, it's literally allowed to be good for people to express themselves and find themselves. It's also media enough to provide the self-usefulness of a great belief. Therefore, we need to be able to use social media more wisely. How? First, before we post something in our social media account, think if it's something beneficial or not something to us or someone else. Second, if you get any message or posting by others, do not share it directly to others. Think if it's hoax or not. If hoax, don't share it. Third, do not post our private information if it can be used by other people for something dangerous or criminal. Last, make more positive posting and spread positive vibes so we can create a healthy social media environment. Our respected teachers, judges, and my dear friends, that's all I can share about how to use social media safely and wisely. Hope you can be a good and wise social media user. Thank you so much for your attention. See you and goodbye.